Hello, my name is Daniel Harvill. I'm an attorney based in Manassas, Virginia, and I serve clients in Virginia and Maryland. And today I'm going to talk about an issue that comes up quite a bit in my domestic relations practice. And that issue comes up in divorce cases with children or with unmarried people who have children together, and it has to do with child custody situations. Oftentimes when I have a client come in on a child custody situation, their goal is to vanquish or exorcise or get rid of the other parent and get that person completely out of their own life and out of the life of the child. And I'm here to tell you that that is very unusual that you can do that. Usually what you have is two parents who are decent parents for the child, but they often have trouble communicating with each other. And unless you have the other parent being physically abusive to the child, mentally abusive to the child, sexually abusive to the child, perhaps or if they don't have unless they have some kind of terrible drug habit or drinking habit, then what you're going to probably end up with in most child custody situations is some sort of joint custody structure. Maybe one parent will be named a primary physical custodian of the child, but they'll end up with joint legal custody as joint decision makers for the child. If there's terrible communication, really bad cooperation between the parents, then the court may name one of them sole legal and physical custodians of the child. But even if the court does that, it'll be subject to the other parent's extensive visitation, and it will be subject to the other parent's right to know what's going on in that child's life concerning schooling, education, report cards, medical treatment, prescriptions, things of that nature. So it's very important when a client comes in that I make them understand that if you have a child with someone, you're probably going to be dealing with that person for the rest of your life. And you have to understand that. And the reason you need to understand that is because you're going to have religious ceremonies, you're going to have bar mitzvahs or baptisms, you're going to have graduations, you're going to have confirmations, you're going to have, grandchildren, you're going to have grandchildren's religious ceremonies, baptisms or bar mitzvahs, you're going to have grandchildren's graduations. So it's important that you understand that you have to deal with this other person probably for the remainder of your life as long as that child is alive. Unless they're just a terrible, and by terrible I mean really terrible person. And the question is, do you want that experience to be a good working relationship for the benefit of the child? Or do you want that situation to be full of confrontation, anger, angst, conflict? You want to avoid the conflict unless you really, really have an egregious set of behaviors on the other side. So that's the little pep talk I have to give to my clients. I hope you found this video informative. Remember, this video is for informational purposes only. It is not particularized to your legal circumstances. So make sure that you go and see an attorney and get good advice about your particular situation. I'd like to be that attorney. If you'd like to learn more about me or about my law practice, you can look at www.danielaharvillpllc.com. Thank you.